Well, I so appreciate you coming back on with me. I know we had an interview earlier that was really fun. It was quite some time ago now. And so today, really, I was just hoping that you could share about the business and really just share what is exclusive tents, what kind of properties are you great for, and just a little bit more about the business side of it. What are you doing? You just shared it everywhere that you're popping up. And so talk to us a little bit about that, if you would.
Okay, well, thank you, Michelle, and it's always wonderful visiting with you. Regarding exclusive tents, we're two family business, the one family down in South Africa and
Mhm.
us spread out the sways between Belize and the USA, Tucson, Arizona. And my wife in the business and all my sons. And Sumari, who's my partner's daughter, has just joined us in the sales
Oh,
team in South
I
Africa.
saw that on LinkedIn. Yes, that's
Yeah,
so exciting.
it truly is, and she's very busy at the moment trying to learn the ropes and all the technical aspects, and she's getting a lot of traction on the social media, which is extremely exciting. But we different in that we're a family business, we're not corporate. Our focus is purely on quality and robustness of our product, safety of our product, using only the best materials, not looking for after sales, and trying to give our customers the best product that presents itself aesthetically as purely as what it can, and to meld itself into the environment, where it can become, just a part and not stand apart from the environment.
Yeah.
Um, we, our footprint is anywhere in the world, wherever the clients have an interest in our tents, we work them. We pride ourselves in, except for weekends, maybe it gets a little bit rocky, but usually within less than 24 hours of receiving an inquiry, our client will either get a response to the inquiry via email, and many a time we'll just pick up the phone and call them. And our response time is very quick, and usually on a very personal level, not so much of a hard business level. It's more trying to learn and try and help the customer as much as you can about what their needs are, what their dreams are, their vision. As you and I spoke in the past about vision, mission, and passion, and try to figure that out together with your client to give them, the most satisfactory solution. There is a saying which I cannot remember verbatim. I can send it to you, but where a lot of people are focused more on price and not quality,
Mhm.
and that's we often run into that. But at the end of the day, if you buy cheap, that's what you get. And
Yeah.
yeah, in terms of any business sense, it makes no sense, just to follow the dollar, because then, you at the end of the day, you'll end up spending more money than what you would have if you'd got a quality product. And we do from time to time, and it's not every day, we have clients coming to us and say, listen, we just these tents aren't doing the trick for us. We need you
Mhm.
to replace them. The tents in the Kruger Park are one of those examples where they do have other tents there. Those tents have failed, and they
Mhm.
reached out to us and had a lot of questions about what makes us different in terms of technical aspects, longevity, and all that kind of information. And as a result, they went with us. And I heard today that based on what they've seen so far, they're looking at expanding now with more of our tents. They were waiting to see what the quality looked like. And
Yeah.
so that was really good news to me to hear that, because I like a happy customer. I like a customer that doesn't have to worry about his product for many years. So it's more or less who we are. Our business is more oriented towards whatever the client is looking for, from resorts
Mhm.
to Airbnbs. We've had people put up the tents as guest houses on their property,
Oh,
um, as bars. And I don't know if you saw on the social media recently, we got a very big tent that has opened now. We're waiting for
wow.
the professional photographs of a restaurant in Guam on the island.
It's amazing. Yes.
And my son Anders put a lot of work into that tent, and we did a lot of engineering, because of the typhoons that pass, the hurricanes that pass over there. So we had to, I've got an old school friend who's our structural engineer. We subcontract our engineering work, and so he had to work on that tent, doing the wind load calculations. Obviously, snow load wasn't an issue, but it was all wind load calculation. So, you know, the clientele is just so broad. Even as I say, restaurants. We've sold them as bars. We've had them set up as on a jetty, uh, beach
Wow.
tents, for day beds. So just so many applications.
Yes. I didn't realize. So the sizes are a huge spectrum, right? Of sizes.
Oh yes.
Uh,
The biggest tent we've done is at about 10,000 square feet of actual tented area with an additional 10,000 of attached terraces. So it is
That's
20,000,
unreal.
and it's
But
got a
it's hard
huge.
to imagine how big that really is with in a tent, I guess. Wow.
It's huge, and it's actually
Yeah.
beautiful because the center of the tent has got a huge opening, which is a star shape from above. And the
Oh,
client's done amazing stuff. The client's got a massive water feature in the middle of the tent, so it's quite amazing. So now we go from very small to very large. Just depends on what the client wants, and in all four seasons, from extreme heat to extreme cold. Cold is an issue. We can go down quite far into the negatives, but then keeping it hot is one issue, and snow loads are another issue. So when it comes to extreme cold, and then extreme cold, extreme snow loads and wind loads, then if it gets extreme, then we have to do additional engineering.
yes, that makes sense. So a client for you could be an individual, or it could be a very large organization that wants to put tents on all of their resort properties. So you can really serve anyone. Is that
We
accurate?
Yeah, no, that's accurate. The one thing that I don't get into, which is more part of the. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, that big Red Sea development in Saudi Arabia. Uh,
Yes.
I got an invitation yesterday to tender on some tents, and I don't get involved with tenders at all. I'll make a proposal, but I don't get involved in the competition because most times they've selected a client that they want, and they're just doing their due diligence to say, well, we've
Yeah.
got other quotes, and they make you go through all this invasive processes, um,
Yes.
and time, and when you start out, you're most likely not going to get it, or unless you come in at below your cost to get it, just to get it, then you may get it, but it's not worth it at the end of the day.
Right.
It's
Yes,
like,
been through that. It's terrible.
yeah, so we don't do that. And the other interesting thing that Randy found really interesting is that, and I was speaking to Todd the other day, and he was rather surprised when I mentioned to him that we really don't, this is just us, don't see value anymore in that much value in trade shows other than a presence.
Yeah.
Because if you calculate the cost to go to one, and maintain your presence over there, that's whether it's in the USA, and we've done trade shows in the UK before. Uh,
Hmm.
it's a huge expense, and there's not that much return in it, quite honestly, from our experience. If you've got a product that is a lot less expensive, a ground mounted tent, I'm sure those people sell quite a lot of tents, at the trade show, or take orders for them. But for us, no, it's more people. If we go, it's people that come to look, and we're interested in a different model, which we're working on
Yes.
that we're working on it. I think maybe even you and I discussed it, but we're not, publicly talking about what this model is until we get it done. But it'll be totally customer focused, not generally focused. It'll be very customer focused. It'll be very personal, and it will be experiential as well. It won't be in a
Yeah.
trade show type arena.
I really like that. And honestly, I understand too that the trade shows may be right for some people, just like submitting, an RFP might be right for the right company. But the customers that are searching for you, that are right for you, are going to be looking for something very unique, right? And everything is about experiential. So when you create that experience for them, I've seen a few other people, like I was talking with Secret Creek yesterday, and they have created a little village at their property. So yes, you may have to go there to actually experience it, but then you're to your point, you're having the experience, and you're interacting, and you're meeting the owners of the company, and you're learning and educating and all of that. I think people more and more really want that. They want the story. They want to understand who you are and why. There's this whole thing about choosing the company that you purchase from is a very important part of being who you are in your business. So there's sustainability. There's like, why are you doing what you're doing? How are you doing what you're doing? What do you stand for? I think more and more people really care. It's purpose driven purchasing, right?
Right, right. And I agree with you. I tend to, if somebody wants to come to a trade show to see a tent, I'd rather say to him, listen, go to Zion or to King's Glamping, go to one of my customers, go and look at the product standing in its environment, and speak to my customer to find out what their experience has been, not only with the tents, but with us. How are
Yeah.
we taking care of you, the customer? What was our process with the customer during manufacturing? Because we constantly send photos to our customers of their tent going through production all the way until QC, when it goes through quality control, and then they'll see the packaging, and then they'll see the tent leaving in the crates, leaving for for the harbor or for the airport.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
And so we personalize their manufacturing as well. And there's no quiet period between when they order the tent and when they start receiving it. Once it gets, because we do the logistics, so once it gets on the ocean, me or Anders or Zane or Brian or Angelica will let the client know, okay, here are your shipping documents. We've sent the rest, the copies, to your notified party, and then as the vessel travels, we let them know the status until it arrives, and just make sure that they know what to do when it arrives for insurance purposes.
Yeah.
And it's a whole personal journey that we go through, so to speak. And then again, talking about experiential, um, we've been planning, and I've mentioned it in our last one of our previous newsletters, but our showrooms in Africa is going to be different in that it's going to be a living showroom. People, it will be out in the wilderness. It will have wild game around it.
Oh, wow.
So you'll actually go to our showroom. You'll overnight over there. You'll get to visit with my partner or his daughter or the family, and you'll get to eat together, and then we can talk what their requirements are, but while sitting at the tents. But it's not a commercial space, and it's not within a building, because I've seen showrooms that are inside of buildings.
Yeah.
This is going to be actual a living showroom.
Oh, I love that. That is incredible, Paul.
And,
It's really like they are going on a vacation. They're going to stay at your showroom, you know? That's wonderful. I love it.
and then again they get to meet the family and they get to
Yeah.
talk about what their needs are, but within a natural family environment, and natural, I mean, by within within some wild spaces.
Mhm. That sounds incredible. Absolutely wonderful. I love the way you have the customer. It's like your part of your customer journey is the journey of the tent, you know, where it came from, where it is on the journey to you, and it's largely communication. When you work with these larger companies, you don't get that. You may get like a tracking number that you then get to go check on,
You're
right? But
right.
you're making this a very personal from our family to yours, and that's really exciting and beautiful.
And then we get, the odd, really touching moments. Like I've got an old customer of mine, and he's been a customer for a long time in Florida, and I didn't realize that he had a child that's somewhat autistic,
Mm,
uh, and he doesn't really talk much. A young boy, and they had to modify part of the house to create a room for him. But now that he's getting older, there's not enough space, and uh, so the customer came to me one day, said, "Listen, I've got an idea. Can you make it work?" I said, "What's that?" He says, "Well, he wants to make his son's room a little bit bigger, but he wants to do it different. And the only space he's got is a patio, which is on the third floor. It's a little patio off this little room of his." He
mhm.
says, "Can't we turn this patio into a tent for his son?" And I said, "Oh yeah, let's do
That's
that."
amazing.
And so this young man's tent is on the ocean, on the way at the moment, headed to Jacksonville, Florida.
That is so great.
And we had a special
Goodness.
logo, little logo made with the child's name, uh, and it said, the child's name, and tent. It's Peter's tent or Paul's tent, and quite a big, nice little sign. And we put that on the inside on the wall, that he knows that it's his room.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Very, very unique. Talk about custom. And
Yeah,
that's
I know.
gonna
It's a
change this child's life, you know? That's a life-changing thing.
Yeah, my customer said, he said, absolutely. He says when they've got they're sort of going to do it with, hopefully, with uh, with the child. He's going to be involved with it and see what's going on. Then he said he'll do some video as
Mhm,
it starts coming together, but it'll integrate with the door of his bedroom. He can't go from his bedroom out into the tent and onto the patio, per
mhm.
se, because it's up on a third level.
Yeah.
So, it's just very exciting. It make nice windows that were airy for him, and vents in the roof, and insulated it
Wow.
because of the heat in the summers.
That's remarkable that you can do that. Yes, well, that may be an entirely new arm of your business now, once word gets out.
He does tell me that a lot of people, if he's told about, are very intrigued and curious. Uh,
I'm
you know,
sure.
so we'll just see. It was just, for me, it was special to do it for my customer's child, and he did a video of the young little man before we got into talking, and he walked through the room, said hello to the boy, and the boy just waved the hand, didn't say a word, and walked onto the patio and showed me the video. He says, "What can you do?" I said, "We can do it. Just send me some dimensions, we'll do it."
Oh, that's incredible. Very fun.
So
That's
we all love what we do, and
Mhm.
every now and again there's a little gem or a little nugget that sort of makes your day, and this is one of them.
That definitely is very unique. Makes everyone's day. Reminds you why you're doing these things, you know? You never have these opportunities, and for you to look at them and say yes. So, you know, you can't go to a big company and do something like that. Like you just it doesn't happen. So you
Yeah,
really Mm,
Yeah, but to be honest with you, it is the honest truth that you can't make everybody happy. We usually say when we've got a disgruntled a customer that
mm.
when he's got his tent up and everything sorted out, they become happy, which is most of the time. But then sometimes you get clients that are never happy with anything. They're very rare, but there are people like that. No matter what you do and how hard you try, they never satisfied. But they're
Yeah,
few and far between.
they do exist in the world. Okay, well, to wrap it up today, honestly, I could spend the entire weekend talking with you if we didn't have a hard break today. But Paul, is there anything else that you would like to share about exclusive tents? And obviously, in the show notes here, we'll put all of the information so that they can go to the website and they can connect with you and look at all of the beautiful things that you've done. Is there
I think
anything
that,
else?
yeah, I think there's just one thing, Michelle, and I know we got heartbreak coming. Is also my boys have put a lot of effort into the YouTube channel with
Mm,
it's an educational thing, but it's a lot of fun to listen to, and I'd recommend a link to that. But other than that,
yeah.
I I just love this discussions, or all these discussions we have, and also the alliance that we have with Randy and all the other partners in the alliance, and that to me is very important. I think it's an amazing thing you and Randy have brought together, and I think it's got great value to people that really need guidance. And so I hope whoever listens or watches, whichever the case, or both, also look into the alliance as well.
Well, of course, we are utterly delighted and honored to have you as part of that group. And it's very much what you are saying about someone coming out to your showroom that you'll be building in Africa and sitting around the table. So it really is that type of environment, I believe, that we're attempting to create in our virtual our virtual world these days of come gather around the table. And really, the people at this table have so much
Thank you.
experience and value to share. So
No, I agree with you totally. And no, otherwise than that, I don't have much more. I just wish you a very happy Friday and a wonderful weekend, and greetings to my brother Randy when you speak to him.
thank you so much. It is so great to see you. I just love it. It's so hard for me to say goodbye. But thank you for your time. And we will be seeing you very soon and talking again soon. Okay. God
Thanks,
bless
Michelle.
you. Thank you. Thank
Take
you.
care.
Say
Bye.
hello to your wife, Angelica.
I
Bye.
will do. Thank you. Bye.